Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're very lucky to have a guest speaker here with us at the Work-Based Learning Banquet. And it's always nice to have an alumni here to come and speak to the students about how success it is when you go out there and work. And we're very lucky to have Brian Gilley tonight and his wife Kelly. Brian's going to talk to us. Brian graduated in 2006. I had him as a student. Well, I can have most all of you now because I've been here so long. So Brian's going to come and talk to us about his experience in work after graduating from TSB, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you, Brian, for coming out tonight.
All right. Good evening, TSB.
Good evening.
Always good to be home. This place will never not feel like home. I was here from kindergarten all the way through, from 5 years old to 19 years old. But in today's world, I am the senior interpreter for the Andrew Jackson Foundation, which is the 501c3 nonprofit that owns and operates Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. Which is not too far down the road from here.
Right.
It's kind of a long road to get to where I got. And a lot of people ask me, what do you interpret? Just history. That's hard enough. No languages, English and history. I think the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman is 100% true for me. My wife Kelly's here, she's a nurse, and without her, I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I'm at. I'm also involved in some other things in addition to that, being at the Hermitage. I'm a member of the Donaldson Lions Club. And I'm also a past master of Beach Masonic Lodge in Hendersonville. I'm a trustee of the Beach Historic Cemetery. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'm also currently working on my master's degree in history at Middle Tennessee State, where I got my bachelor's degree. So that's a lot. But my time here at TSB was amazing. I didn't know how amazing it was until it was over. But I mean, I had such incredible opportunities here. I mean, I got to go to Aspen and be on the wrestling team and the track team, and there was just so many fun things I did here. And the friends I made here, I'm still friends with. It's been almost 20 years, and we're still as close as we were, most of us, when we graduated. And that's true for the staff as well. I mean, you become friends with the teachers that you had here, and you build connections that last a lifetime. So it's just a really special opportunity to go to a school with a place like this. And one that I wish I'd appreciated more when I was here. But after TSB, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I tried college, but I'll be honest with you, I was terrified. I had never been in a classroom with kids that were not visually impaired. So I just didn't have the confidence. I didn't know that I was every bit as smart as they are. And I tried a few other things. I went into the Tennessee Business Enterprises program, which is a vending program for visually impaired people. And I got through that, and I said, man, if I can do this, run a business, I can go to college. So I pursued college again, and the second go around, it worked out really well. And I had one particular professor in college that made a huge impact on me. His name was Dr. Frisbee, and he taught Tennessee history. And that class is where I fell in love with the topic of history. And that same professor was that summer planning a study abroad trip to Europe where we would follow the 101st Airborne's path through World War II, which is the division that's out of Fort Campbell in Clarksville. And I went on that trip and went to France and Germany and Luxembourg and Belgium, and I mean, it was just amazing. And you know, a couple of years later, when I was finishing up my college experience, that same professor was taking a group to Vietnam. And he's like, hey, you want to go to Vietnam? I was like, I'm not sure, but yeah, let's go. So we went to Vietnam and studied the Vietnam War in Vietnam. So, I mean, I just had an amazing college experience when I decided that I could do it. But that's what it took. It took me believing in myself and understanding that I had to care. I had to be the one to push myself and drive myself through that challenge. And I did it. But coming out of college, I remembered something that Mr. Joyner told me. Said, get a job while you're looking for the job. I don't know if you remember that, but that was you. And I got a job working for the Hospital Corporation of America, billing Medicare for about 12 different hospitals in the Midwest. And it just wasn't my passion. The money was decent, but history was always where I wanted to, wind up. So with a lot of encouragement from Kelly, my wife, I decided to pursue that. And I took a very large pay cut and took any job the Hermitage would give me. The goal was to get in the door. And once you get in the door, I mean, you can prove yourself worthy of the next thing. So I took a guest services job, which was part-time, and it paid $8.50 an hour. I mean, it was hard, but when I got in there, I decided I was going to learn everything about Andrew Jackson I possibly could, and learn everything about that institution I possibly could, and make myself so valuable that I would be the obvious choice for the next thing. And long story short, I'm still there, and the next opportunity came. I wound up being the lead historic interpreter, which is the person who manages the tours during the day, and they're responsible for the house and all the stuff in it and all the people in it. And I did that for a few years. And then another promotion came up, and they, to my own great surprise, they made me the director of interpretation. And I had a staff of 35 people. And the pandemic hit. And the dream job became sort of a nightmare, as it was for much of the country. And I had to lay everybody off. It was really hard. And I decided, my wife and I had a kind of a wild hair. And we sold our stuff and went traveling. And we lived in an RV for a while. And we traveled, did a nice cross-country trip, and we wound up back here in Nashville not too long after that, and we live in Hermitage now, and the Hermitage created a job for me called senior interpreter. So now I give the VIP tours, which is like a daily public offering. It's the most in-depth tour that the Hermitage offers, and also do the slavery tour, which I helped to create. And that tour talks about a very different perspective of the Hermitage and covers the lives of the people who were enslaved there. And that's probably one of my proudest things I've accomplished there, and it's something I feel very proud of, that we're telling a more complete story, in part because I was there and had that knowledge and ability to help create that more in-depth experience on that topic. But I think that the advice I would have for students that are at TSB now is, one, you're in a really good place. I mean, this is a really cool place to be. And if you don't know it now, you're going to know it later. Because the world after TSB, and what they often call the sighted world, it's going to be challenging. It won't be easy, but it's necessary for yourself and those in the visually impaired community to make the most out of it that you can. Because your success is the visually impaired community's success. And proving that you can proves that other people can. So it really is a big effort, and you will have to be your biggest advocate. You're going to have to show people that don't know you can, that you can. And be positive about yourself. And don't apologize for being visually impaired. There's no reason to do that, because you have a lot to offer. And they need to see that you have a lot to offer when you go looking for a job. And you know, I was scared. I didn't know that I had the ability to hang with folks that weren't in my situation, that didn't go to TSB. But I found out pretty quickly that I'm as good as they are. And the fact that I am visually impaired offers a unique perspective, a perspective other people don't have. And it can give you a determination and a drive if you let it. You need to want to prove yourself and not accept where society's wanting to put you. But if you want to stay at home and do nothing, they're going to let you. But don't settle for that. You can get a job. You can go out there and be a very productive, independent member of this community, or whatever community you want to go to. So what I want you to do is try. Not everything's going to work out. Not everything worked out for me. It took a few different attempts to get to where I am now. But, you know, try something. And if that something doesn't work out, if that doesn't fit, try something else. And keep trying until the thing you love winds up being the thing you're doing. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot longer. I think that pretty much covers what I had to say. But I want to thank Mr. Joyner for having me out here, and TSB for being a huge part of my life and a great foundation for where I'm at now. And I'll turn it back over to Mr. Joyner for the rest of the night.
Thank you, Brian. That was excellent, and I learned a lot myself, and I think my biggest takeaway there is don't settle. Work, work, work. You've got to put in the work. My name is Holly Hughes. I am one of the work-based learning teachers here at TSB, and my job tonight is to give thanks to all the faculty and staff that have helped our students with jobs working on campus. But first, I want to share some skills that our students have learned this year. The students have learned about using an industrial dishwasher, using a 3-sink washing system, delivering around the building, making smoothies, brownies, muffins, and different coffee drinks, sorting, folding laundry, and that's just what we do in the coffee shop. Our students who stay on campus have practiced cleaning tables and chairs, putting up chairs, taking them down, navigating the cafeteria, learning about cleaning protocols, loading trays and racks, and soon they're going to start learning the industrial dishwasher and the sprayer in the large cafeteria. They have worked on assembling items for our ECC Fridays, making boxes, using different tape guns, identifying items, sorting, and working as a team. But the thing I'm most proud of this year is the growth our students have shown in their social skills and table manners. Once a month, we volunteer at Second Harvest, and afterwards, we take the students to a different restaurant. Our first month out to eat this year, it was crickets. No chatting, no conversation, and their manners were subpar at best. We saw students eating pancakes with their hands and their faces going right to their plates. Ms. Underwood has worked tirelessly on manners and our eating out protocol. called the Table Manners Police. The difference has been extraordinary. She gives a gentle reminder on the rules of eating out each time we're at a new restaurant. Yesterday at Puckett's Grocery, conversation was flowing between students without any prompting. Every single student ate with remarkable manners. There was no slurping, utensils were being used, and most importantly, their heads stayed up the entire meal, and the food came to them. This may seem insignificant, but it has been an amazing transformation. The students have accepted the constructive criticism we have given them, and they've made the corrections. And that is not always easy. I would love for our students who come back in the fall to have retained these skills, because the same thing is now expected at home. I feel confident that they can all be successful in eating in different environments if the expectation is there. And seniors, when you come back to share about your work experience in the real world, I will treat you to lunch, and I expect to see those manners still in use. The amount of skills the students have learned, especially our seniors, continues to blow me away. I cannot say enough good things about the work-based learning program here at TSB. I believe it's one of the best in the country. And yes, I'm partial because I work in it, but I haven't seen anything else like it. I'm proud of all that gets accomplished and how willing the students are to get out of their comfort zone and learn skills that are not always straightforward. My goal for each of our seniors is for them to leave TSB and find employment. I would love for them to be able to come back in 3 or 4 years and share their experiences in the workforce. And I know that this is a family commitment and that it is going to take work and dedication for everyone. But man, do I think this group is ready. TSB will always be a resource that will connect our students with different organizations that have job coaches and opportunities for adults with disabilities. Even if that job is part-time, that is still success. Students that are blind and visually impaired are allowed to make $2,460 per month or less and keep their SSI check. The work-based learning teachers at TSB have spent the past 5 years that I know of, because I've been here 5 years, with these students that are graduating. And they have learned transferable skills. But now it is up to you and the families to put those skills to use by helping your student gain and keep employment. So that is our goal for all of our work-based learning students. Now for the real reason I'm up here, I would like to thank all of the people that allow our students to work here on campus. First and foremost, our biggest supporter in the work-based learning program is Mr. Don. He is the head of the cafeteria here at TSB, and he has said yes to every idea Ms. Underwood and I have had this year. He has ordered plastic aprons and face shields for our students so that when our students learn the sprayer and the industrial dishwasher next week, they don't walk away looking like they just jumped out of the shower, because it might happen. The entire cafeteria staff loves our kids, and I know we often make their job harder by being in there, but I have never once heard a complaint or seen a sour face directed at us or our students. So I'm going to recognize each of them by name because they're that important to us. Mr. Dawn, Miss Tasha, Miss Nikki, Miss Vicky, Miss Elizabeth, Miss Mary, Mr. Harvey, Mr. Matt, and Mrs. Calvisha. They are gems in this building. Next, I'm going to talk about a couple of students that work with a student that works with Miss England and Miss Schlipp, Brianna Wiseman. They have shared her this year, and she has produced Braille materials and assisted both of them as a group all year long. Miss C has had Leah Mayberry working with her, and we appreciate any opportunity for teachers here on campus or staff that give the students a chance to learn work skills. Mr. Doug is our head of operations, and he has brainstormed with us in the coffee shop new equipment. He's measured it. He showed us the options. New washer and dryer for Cottage 2 because the coffee shop produces a lot of laundry. Any vision we have for equipment, he makes it happen. And lastly, I'm going to give a shout out to all of our regular orders in the coffee shop. The list has grown all year, and so many adults in the building now order on a regular or semi-regular basis, and the list continues to get longer. And this allows our coffee shop to continue to operate and give our students job opportunities that they may not have. So thank you to everyone on campus who's had a hand in our students' success, and parents, especially those of seniors. Your student is ready, and we can't wait to hear about their job endeavors and success.
So, Ms. Holly spoke about the on-campus employment. I want to say a word about, hi Caleb. I want to say a word about our community partners. Our community partners are invaluable to our students at TSB. So often when we're looking for places for students to volunteer in the community, people may be worried about having blind students in their place of business. They don't know what to expect, and they have no idea how much our students can add to their business. Not only do students provide work to the business, but often they become friends with the staff and the clients there. The staff at all of our community partners have not only provided our students with a place to learn invaluable work skills, but they've also provided a fine example of how to be friendly and professional in a workplace. And just as importantly, they have also made friends with our students and provided them with a wonderful lifelong memory of their first experience in England. I don't want to get choked up, but they mean so much to us. So I'm going to start off with Edley's. Edley's Big Al. I first met Big Al when I asked if I could bring our entire work-based learning group, it's about 25 people, to eat lunch. And he was enthusiastic about having our students come and arrange for them to order at their table rather than standing in a line when they come in, which is customary. We had such a wonderful experience, and the entire staff could not have been nicer. So when Parker told me he wanted to get a job in the community, that was my first thought. So Edley's is one of the first places I thought of. Not only is it close by, but our experience there at lunch with our group gave the impression that it was a nice, friendly, welcoming place and a great place to have as a first job. So Parker's experience at Edley's has been priceless, as he has learned work skills, how to serve the public successfully and politely, and he has had excellent mentors there that have modeled the professionalism that will carry over to other jobs in his life. So 50 Forward and Donaldson Cafe. Mark and Kevin at Donaldson Cafe have been one of our community partners for many years now. Our students work in the kitchen at Donaldson Cafe, doing everything from washing dishes to peeling apples, potatoes, carrots, and helping to prepare appetizers and catering items. Mark and Kevin are always thinking about what our kids can do, and they give them every opportunity to learn new skills. Lisa at 50 Forward is always so happy to have us come back each year to clean the senior shed. The YMCA. The YMCA has been a wonderful partner, and I can't even name all of the wonderful staff we have worked with there. Nancy, Dustin, BJ, Jamie, Eric, MK, Sally, and countless others have welcomed our students. The members there have been so friendly and kind to our students, and we've met all types of people from all walks of life. Andre mentioned that Dustin is the nicest guy I've ever met in my entire life. And I truly believe that he feels that way. So I hope all of our partners realize that the wonderful impact that they have on our students. Charter Senior Living Community is a new partner this year. Angie used to be an educational assistant here, and when I heard she was at Charter, I called her and said, would you like some volunteers there? And she enthusiastically said, absolutely, bring them on. She didn't ask any questions, she just bring them on. We've gotten very, very attached to the seniors there, and we've made friends. Our students have a regular job of cleaning up the dishes after the residents eat lunch, wiping the tables and getting them ready for dinner. They also roll silverware. They have also done laundry, cleaned in the memory care. They enjoy seeing the residents and getting to know them as they work. The chef, Emery, is always welcoming and so very kind to both us and the students. He's always looking for things for our students to do, and he's very caring to the residents there and always making sure they have everything they need at lunch. Second Harvest Food Bank has been wonderful as well. Our students have volunteered for many years at Second Harvest. They've learned how to work together in an assembly line while knowing they are helping others as they learn these skills. Xavier and all of the staff have welcomed our students and encouraged them to know him. So all of our community partners are so wonderful. The last one I'm going to talk about is the store. It's called the store, which is confusing. You think it's Kroger, but it's not, or Publix. It operates as a year-round free grocery store, allowing people to shop for their basic needs. Brad Paisley and his wife Kimberly Williams were inspired by a similar place called the Unity Shop in California. And so they brought the concept here to Nashville. I discovered the store by scrolling through Hands on Nashville, looking for grocery store type places for our students to volunteer to gain grocery skills. Mary Claire Derrick welcomed us just like everyone else did with open arms, and our students have learned grocery bagging skills as well as stocking, bagging items such as cilantro and spinach. So all of these community partners are so important to the development and the growth of our students. I can't thank them enough for the kindness and encouragement that they have shown our kids, as well as the challenges that they have presented for them because they know they can do it. That's it.
All right, I'm Sarah Underwood, and I am the teacher that stays on campus with the kids that are not quite ready to go. And this, I want you to know, is a job that I chose. I said, I want to be the one. I want to be the one to get them ready. And just to piggyback off of some things that Holly said, a couple years ago, I took it upon myself to try to reach out to every school for the blind in the country. I only got from California to the Mississippi, but I asked all of them about their work-based learning programs. I was trying to get an idea. I was looking for new ideas, and I ended up giving ideas instead. None of them, from California to the Mississippi River, had anything close to what we have here. None of them were taking kids off campus 4 days a week. None of them had programs to get them ready to go off campus. None of them had someone to hand the students over after they graduated to another agency. So I'm really proud of what we've built here, and want all of you to know that all of us that are getting up here and standing behind the microphone, we all love our jobs, and we all take it really seriously. And are all the days great? No, but we all want to be here, and I think that says a lot. I work with a great team of people. I can't imagine working with better people. I also can't imagine working with better students. And the students that stay on campus, we have a lot of togetherness. A lot. Some of us are together 6 out of the 8 periods in a day. And that's probably a lot going both ways. I feel that way sometimes, and I'm certain that they feel that way often. Do I really have to be in a room with her any longer? Yeah, buddy, you do. You really do. I like to say that I do my best to teach the students, but often feel like I learn really profound lessons from them. And so tonight I would like to share the lessons that I have learned while teaching the students that have stayed on campus this year. So when I call your name, if you would give a wave, I would appreciate it. I want to start with Miranda Bennett. There's Miranda. All right, Miranda, can I tell you what you've taught me?
Yes.
All right. Miranda, you have taught me that to know yourself and to know who you really are and to be confident in who you really are is an amazing gift. It's a gift that very few of us have in the way that you do. But you have inspired me to want to be more confident and to know myself better. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, girlie. All right, Jordan Mooney. There you are. Jordan and I have a lot of time together. And Jordan, here's what you've taught me. That being understood from the inside of who you are, and having someone that will listen to what your heart is saying instead of how your voice sounds will give an entirely different perspective on the person that's being listened to. So thank you for that lesson, Jordan. All right, getting into unknown territory here. Caleb Wilson, where are you? All right. Caleb, this is what you've taught me. I know that the world feels safest when we view it as being in order. And sometimes it's up to us to create that order for ourselves. And while the creation of that order can seem very misdirected to other people, the order and the safety aren't any less important to the person that makes it, even if it did make sense to everyone else. So thank you, Caleb. That's a big lesson for me. Sydney, there you are. Sydney this year has reminded me that all of us have the desire to share our thoughts and our feelings, to share our successes and our failures, that we want to share our fears and we want to tell people about our accomplishments. And in this sharing, what we're really doing is trying to figure out how our piece of the puzzle is going to fit into the rest of the picture. So thank you, Sydney. Christian is not here, but I want to speak about him anyway. Christian has a remarkable ability to speak under his breath. And he can do it so that only the people right around him can hear it. It took me a long time to realize that Christian had this ability because I was not always the person right next to him. But he has, and I've decided it's a skill that can't be taught because we've tried to talk about it, and a lot of us, I like to say, talk over our breath and not under our breath. You're born with it, or you're not. Christian was born with it. Christian has also taught, not just me, but I think several of our students, that initiative can take you so many places. And then initiative is hard to teach someone. It's hard to teach someone how to initiate. And Ethan Hall, where are you, my friend? Okay, thank you. Ethan, this is what you've taught me this year. We all of us, we all have our things to overcome. And sometimes these things seem small to one person, but they can be monumental things to someone else. And that everyone's struggles, no matter what they are big to that person. And that facing your own struggles and walking out of your comfort zone on your own 2 feet is something to be admired greatly. Ethan, I'm super proud of you. Woovens, there you are. Woovens has taught me a lot this year. We've had a lot of time together and we've had a lot of moments together. One of the conversations that Woovens and I have shared is that no one is good at everything. No one. And that we all have things that we can't do as well as the person next to us. And it's disheartening sometimes. But we also all have strengths. And that our strengths are the things we need to focus on. Movens has also taught me that feelings, even the ones that hurt, especially the ones that hurt, when your heart feels like it's been shattered into a million pieces, are best when they are shared with the people around you that care, and when you will let all those people help you pick those pieces up. So thank you. Thanks. Cantrell, also not here. Cantrell and I learned the hard way that dragging an empty recycling bin all the way from our classroom to the recycling bins out in the parking lot is a big waste of time. But it can give you a really good laugh when you open the lid and realize you were dragging nothing the entire time. Wow. Everyone heard the story. He has also taught me that two people that can completely clash when they meet each other can become two people that grow to have a mutual respect and admiration for each other. Where's Kevin? All right, Kevin. Kevin has taught me that wanting connection is natural for most of us. He has taught me that trying to make those connections while processing all of the words is really hard. He's taught me that sometimes the best thing to do is to slow down, process all of the things, and let those connections grow at the speed that they're going to grow. So thank you, Kevin. Where's Tiana? All right. Some of us are born with just a natural sense of style. I'm not one of those people. But I love to meet the people that are born with that natural sense of style. And in walks Tiana to my classroom. One of those people with a natural sense of style. Tiana has taught me that I really need more cool sneakers. I need them. I really need them. She has also shown me that a huge smile paired with a great sense of humor can light up any dark room. Thank you, Tiana. All right, Nathaniel.
Right here.
Okay. Nathaniel, here's what you taught me. Let me say it first. Okay. A kind and loving heart is a hard thing to find in people. Nathaniel has both. He has a smile that doesn't fade away. You can see it when he's walking down the hall. You can see it right now. You can see it anytime. And that someone who has a kind word to everyone is someone that people want to hear. So thank you, Nathaniel.
Yeah, everyone's amazing in my eyes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, Emily, there you go. Emily has taught me that sometimes small steps are really big steps. And that the ability to keep moving forward, even when you feel unsure of where you're going, shows a lot of resolve. The ability to accept correction and to learn from it takes some people years to catch on to that. And some people never get there, but Emily has. And Emily has shown me that resolve and that ability all year long. Thank you, Emily. And Donnie, there you are, front row. All right. Donnie, this is what you've shown me this year. Fighting for yourself, self-advocacy, like we work on all the time, it's a really good thing. Fighting for your dreams and what you want to do is a great thing. But this year, Donnie, I watched you firsthand fight for yourself. I watched you fight to be able to increase skills that you thought were necessary and skills that you thought you needed to pursue your dreams. And it is by far one of the most moving things I have ever seen. So thank you for showing that to me. All right. Those are all my people. And like I said, we've got a lot of quality time together. So I want to thank all my students for teaching me all of these things, and I hope that I have imparted at least half of the knowledge that you have given me. So good job to my students that stay with me.
I'm going to tell everyone in the world what you said now.
It's my honor, we have a program here at school that it's my honor to help with here at school. It's called the Vocational Incentive Program here at school, where students work before school, after school, or during school. And this year, we have created a certificate for that person, and it's called the Vocational Incentive Program Student of the Year. And this person happens to be in the clinic right now, so I hate to say it, it's Bobby Brown. But before that, I would like for everybody that's in the program to stand up, and please, stand up for me, please. You get a call. Yes, please. Lee, that's you? Okay, good. Thank you for doing that. And that's also skills that we get. You can have a seat now, please. Thank you. Those are skills that we're still continuing here at school. Those are the soft skills that we've been working on. The next award for the work-based learning program. Oh, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. That's the only one I wanted to do there. I get so emotional with all of this stuff, I got to stop. So we're going to show you a video. We got plenty of Kleenexes up here. We can pass them out. It's from our seniors. It's from our seniors. And this is what we wanted to do tonight. We interviewed the seniors, so we'll get started with that.
My name is Caleb Dude, and I'm from Smith County.
Okay. What work experience do you think was the most beneficial?
Well, we're working at the cafe.
Okay. What work experience was the most challenging?
Well, we're working at the Charter Senior Living.
Okay. What have you learned in the work-based learning?
I learned the improvements.
Like?
Not turn the water on too hot.
And?
Not looking around.
Okay.
And not stuttering.
What have you learned in the work-based learning?
I learned how to peel potatoes.
Okay.
And apples. And carrots.
Okay. What? Name some transferable skills that you have learned since being in the work-based learning program.
My transferable skills that I worked on is that clean the tables
Okay.
and chairs.
Is one of your funniest moments in the work-based learning program?
My funniest moment is when Mark said to plumber yesterday, I know you hear plumber. Like, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Luna Gonzalez, and I'm from Antioch, Tennessee.
What work experience do you think was the most beneficial?
Working into a school coffee shop, and also working at the YMCA.
What work experience was the most challenging?
Cleaning the spring pipes in the workout room.
What have you learned in the work-based learning program?
Cleaning skills and how to do it in the correct way, and also packing skills.
Name some transferable skills that you have learned since being in the work-based learning program.
Money skills, communication skills, folding laundry.
Okay. What was one of the funniest moments in the work-based learning program?
Learning all of these figurative, learning all of these idioms, and the funniest one was curmudgeon.
Hi, my name is Scott Jernigan, and I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee.
What work experience do you think was the most beneficial?
The most beneficial work experience I've ever had was working out in the community, helping pack some bags at Second Harvest, and working at Donaldson Cafe in 54, along with being at the Y.
What work experience was the most challenging?
My most challenging experience was having to roll silverware at first, but it was a good challenge.
What have you learned in work-based learning?
I've learned how to fold laundry, help with dishes, and be on time, and all the while looking presentable for the work-based learning program.
Name some transferable skills that you have learned since being in the work-based learning program.
Since I've been in the work-based learning program, I have my transferable skills include making smoothies, helping with dishes, and being on time.
What is the funniest moment in the work-based learning program to you?
That is a very good question. My funniest moment in the work-based learning program was when I had related myself to one of the characters in a book and making up a story about my lack of eyesight and how it happened.
My name is Denise. I am from Nashville, Tennessee.
What work experience do you think was the most beneficial?
Going to different places to work.
Okay. What work experience was the most challenging?
Talking to people and sleeping.
Okay. What have you learned in the work-based learning program?
I learned how to be standing for a long time and work with a group.
Name some transferable skills that you have learned since being in the work-based learning program.
Doing the dishwasher, cleaning the machines, doing the dishes.
Okay. What is one of your funniest moments in the work-based learning program?
When I worked at the cafe for the shows.
And?
Huh?
And what happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
My name is Kenton Smith. I am from Jacksboro, Tennessee.
What work experience do you think was the most beneficial?
Working in our school's coffee shop and being able to go out to the community and work at the YMCA, 50 Forward, and the Johnson Cafe.
What work experience was the most challenging?
Putting the groceries into the grocery bags at the school.
What have you learned in work-based learning?
I have learned to make sure to show up to work on time, at least 15 minutes early, to make sure to look presentable for my job.
Name some transferable skills that you have learned since being in the work-based learning program.
Communication skills, time management skills, and being able to work with the public.
What is one of the funniest moments in the work-based learning program?
One of the funniest moments in the work-based learning program was whenever I was at the YMCA and I was trying to get one of the exercise balls back on the rack. And I accidentally poked a hole into the ceiling with my cane.
My name is Andre Walker, and I live in Columbia, Tennessee. What I did to go off campus, before going off campus, I cleaned our school cafeteria, wiping down the tables, collecting the dishes, and resetting the tables when we had plates to set them up, and working in our school coffee shop, making deliveries and making all the drinks.
Okay. What was the hardest part of work-based learning, off campus and on campus?
So the hardest part of both working on campus and off campus with work-based learning, it's most likely at the beginning where we learn all the new jobs and things that are complicated at first.
Okay. What transferable skills carried over to you working off campus?
Our cleaning skills, our rolling the silverwares, a little bit of money skills, and I think that's about it, all I can remember. I would like to work at a retail store or a fast food restaurant, if that's the case, near me.
We're going to continue on because I know it's been a late night. But we don't want to forget our administration that allows us to do what we do. So if y'all don't mind standing up and everybody give them a round of applause, please, Dr. Martin, Dr. Williams. And we also can't forget about the parents. If it wasn't for the parents, we wouldn't have this wonderful job that we have and be able to enjoy what we do every day here at this school. So parents, will you please stand up, please? Mr. Camille was here. Okay. And if it wasn't for the residential, we wouldn't have the outfits that they're wearing, and making sure they have outfits to wear to work and everything. And so thank you, Dr. Premier, as well. Thank you. So we're going to recognize the seniors with a small token of our appreciation. If everybody could come up with a gift. And then we have some awards to pass out as well. Miss Melissa, you've been with us too, so we're going to count you too, okay, huh? We had a vote, and it was tough, but our most improved attitude this year was Cantrell Jones. He happens to be sick, so he's not here. So we'll get this to him when he comes back to school on Monday. Our next one, deserves this. It's the most improved student of the year. His parents have been working tirelessly with him. And it's just like every parent that we have in our group. We get calls, we get emails and everything just for the best of their child. And we're very fortunate to have that. So the most improved student this year is Jordan Mooney. And this year, we gave out a work-based learning student of the year. And it's going to go to Trenton Smith. And the next thing that we have for them are backpacks for our students. We're expecting them to be successful. We're expecting them to go out and find a job. We're expecting them to take their backpacks, their lunch, their everything that they need inside this backpack. So we decided to give them a backpack so they can start off on the right foot to be successful. So all of the seniors that are graduating, can you please step up and come up towards the table where Miss Underwood, Miss Holly, Miss Melissa, Miss Bush are located. Congratulations. Those are the ones that are in the work-based learning program. There you go. I got some. Thank you, Trenton. All right. Okay, yeah, great idea. Can you move up some of your knees? Thank you. So let me introduce to the seniors that are graduating. I've had these, the longest out of the group of teachers. And it's been a journey. The first year, they wouldn't even talk. You went into classrooms, it was just like crickets. And it was hard to get them to talk, hard to get them to communicate. So that's all we did, is communicate. Lunch tables, I went to the class, we went to the lunchroom and talked to them. We started conversations with them. It was a journey, and I'm telling you, it was a journey. But look at us now, and that's what it takes. So let me introduce them. We got Caleb Duke. Let's raise your hand, Caleb. Thank you. Scott. I'm Trenton. Eunice. And Andre. And Paloma's out right now. So these are our seniors. So everybody give them a round of applause. Do we get a picture? Yeah. Also, as you can tell, we've got pictures for Second Harvest. Can you come up and grab a picture, please? Charter Living. I would love to have Gladys and them come down. She's tugged on my heart since I've been there at Charter Living. She waves at me every day I come there. So thank you, Gladys. Donaldson Cafe's not here. They have an event tonight, I think. 54, it has an event. YMCA, I know you're here. I just don't know where you are right now. I'm sorry. Can you come up and get yours, please? Yeah. So, we're finished. We're done. I mean, we could go on day long about the successes your students have. So that's where we are. Dr. Gordon, before I just lay it all out there, can you just end it for us, please? So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We want to thank our teachers who work with our work-based learning students each and every day. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. I am also looking forward to all of the many ideas. I've sat with them this year, and they've talked about all the things that they want to see the work-based learning group do and grow. And so we're just looking forward to what more that they can bring to TSB and what more we can do in our community. More specifically, Ms. Underwood has been working very hard to get different community partners to get our students connected with people. Ms. Bush working with the transition of helping our students go out into getting college applications done, and then also going into the community. Mr. Joyner getting connected with other community partners. So again, without our teachers, none of this would be possible, and we want to thank them so much for that. I also want to thank our students. This is my second year, going into my third year, and I will be transitioning as the principal of TSB for next year. But just seeing the growth of the students that we do have in our work-based learning, just the amount of, again, the conversation. When I walk by and I see them every morning or in the afternoon, how you doing? And the responses that I get, sometimes they wouldn't say anything, but now I'm engaging in conversations. Lunchtime is very, very huge for us. I try to make sure that I'm in the cafeteria, stopping by every table group. They come by and they're like, how you doing? And so the conversation. So I do appreciate you students for all that you're doing and all that you're going to do. So in closing, I want to thank our community partners as well. You've been thanked enough, but thank you for opening your doors to us, to our students, to our families. So in closing, I want you all to have a great evening. Thank you again, and we look forward to all the successes that we are going to hear later on in years to come. Mr. Gilly, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your story. I was very, very impressed with that. So again, thank you all and have a great evening.